Gymnastics moms, if your gymnast hates to fail, hates to mess up, this video is for you. Welcome to Mindset for Moms. My name is Stacy, and here we help parents learn how to develop happy, healthy gymnasts who know how to win. All right, let's get started with this. Most gymnasts hate to fail. Like everybody hates to fail. Nobody likes to fail. Lots of people don't like to mess up. But gymnasts are a special breed of people who cannot tolerate failure, mistakes, messing up. They want to be perfect. And I always say, I don't know if gymnasts are attracted to gymnastics or gymnastics makes perfectionists, but this idea of I can't mess up, I have to be perfect all the time in order to be a worthy gymnast, in order for people to love or like me, is such a strong driving force for most gymnasts. And, they always talk about well, there's a good part of that is it keeps them going after that, trying again and again and again, far beyond that persevering and that resilience. But the problem is that a lot of times before it turns into that, it actually stops them from trying things. It actually prevents them from putting themselves out there because they don't want to mess up, and they get very frustrated oftentimes if they can't get a skill quickly. So this month, for us right now when I'm recording this, it's the month of October, and this is the time where their kids are trying to get all those skills, all those last minutes, get the rest of the skills that they need for season. And one of the things that's messing them up is trying to get the skill perfectly. So one of the things I like to talk to them about is, they're trying to well, I can't get my bail because I can't land it to handstand. It's right now we just need to get the bail. We can get it to handstand by regionals. Got about 6 more months to do that. Let's just get the bail right now. And a lot of times they really have a hard time separating that out. They want to get everything perfectly from the get-go. And so, but in order to literally develop their muscles to get the skills, they have to actually mess up a lot. They need to fall this way to know how to not go too far that way. Then they need to fall backwards. Then they need to fall sideways. Then the other way. They need to go lots of different ways in order for their nervous system and their brain to begin to go oh, this is the spot. Oh, this is how I hit it. And even in gymnastics, it's rare that in a competition, there's lots of times where things are going to be off by a little bit. And so they got to learn, how do I pull it back on? If I'm doing my series on the beam, how do I get back straight midair? All of those kinds of things. And they can't learn that if they don't attempt things and fail at them. So we like to kind of play on gymnasts' love of competition and actually turn it into, kind of a race of worthy fails. How many worthy fails can you get? So we'll give a number, this week I want you to get so many worthy fails, or this month I want you to get so many worthy fails, or let's say who can get the most worthy fails first. And a worthy fail is something that you genuinely think will help you get the skill that you're going to try to do, that you give a genuine effort to do, but it doesn't work, or it maybe helps, but it doesn't get you all the way you need to get. So a worthy fail might be squaring your hips, but then you don't still land your feet on the beam, but you landed your hands, or, a worthy fail might be going for the skill, but not catching the skill. A worthy fail might be flipping that vault, but not landing on your feet. So we encourage them to come up with these are the worthy fails, or these are the things I'm going to try. And then it's actually a good thing when they don't work out, because you're trying to get a certain number of worthy fails. So the biggest way that you can help as mom in this is this idea of helping them be okay with failure. Failing just simply means I had this expectation and I didn't reach it, or I had this desired result and I didn't get to that desired result. And gymnasts make failure mean I am a terrible human being who isn't worthy of being a gymnast. Like they make failure mean something really, really negative. And and they'll carry that with them. I was like off in space for a second there because I was remembering a meeting I had with a boss of mine, and I was like, "This thing is not going to work." I mean, this is in my mid to late 30s. I'm like, "This thing is not going to work." And he was like, "Okay, well, it might not work." And I'm like, "That's not an option. We cannot fail." He's like, "We fail all the time at things. That's normal." And I'm like, "No, failure is not an option." Took me a lot of years to work through that and work out of it. And so helping your gymnast know that failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Or we also like to say our success is built upon a pile of failures because failure is the process in order to learn something new, to get something new, to do something you've never done before. It's the way that you learn it. You try it, it doesn't work out the way that you didn't get to the end, and I like to tell them, like, what if everybody could just go out there and do a double back the first time they tried it? Well, that would kind of stink because you wouldn't be like cool that you can do this amazing stuff as a gymnast if everyone could do it. Or like if you could literally just every skill you try, you get on the first step. Like, wouldn't that be really boring? The whole point of gymnastics is that you're like working really hard towards something that's really difficult. And the process of doing that is failing again and again. And so for you, I'm helping to normalize that for them and for yourself. Like most of us did not grow up learning that failure was okay, that failure was the path, that failure was the process. It's like, if you got an F in school, it wasn't like you got an F on a test. It wasn't like, that's okay, honey. You're learning how to learn chemistry. It's like, no, that's unacceptable, right? And so failure is something that we have been taught is unacceptable. And because of that, we don't learn how to try, learn from it, evaluate it, try again, learn from it, evaluate it, try again in order to get new things. And so the more that you can be applying that to your own life, evaluating your own failures, okay, and then making it totally normal and even doing like some kind of fun thing. Like we love to, I don't have one right here, but we love to get these like jars with little jewels in them, and everywhere they fail, they get a jewel. Maybe 20 worthy fails and they get to go out for ice cream or, get a special movie night with you, or just anything that you can do to celebrate fails, not just celebrate success. All right. See you next week.